Uncle Larry. Thanks again for helping me out with my research for a Match Pairs t-test. I was given this question for the debate in a couple weeks. So just to let you know, I'd like you to keep track of your revenue over the next 10 days. You're going to be alternating morning and afternoons, putting up and taking down Buffalo Bills memorabilia in your flea market tent in Rochester, New York. I really appreciate you doing this for me. Yeah, seriously, it really helps me out a lot. Yeah, call me when you get the data. I appreciate it. All right, bye.
So the setup of the experiment I was trying to explain to my uncle is shown here. For 10 days, my uncle, who owns a flea market tent in Rochester, New York, will be keeping track of his revenue with and without a treatment, which is how a Match Pairs t-test is set up. This type of t-test is considered the most accurate because the test is taken with the same variables, so any lurking variable would simply become a constant. Here, the treatment would be putting up local sports memorabilia, such as Buffalo Bills posters, to see if there's a statistical difference in revenue collected. Here, we see that the null hypothesis, or HO, is that there is no statistical difference with the treatment, while HA is that there is a statistical difference with the treatment. My uncle will alternate making the treatment in the morning and in the afternoon. For example, on day 1, the morning will feature no treatment, while the afternoon will. On day 2, these will flip, so the afternoon will feature no treatment while the morning will, and this will continue on for the 10 days. In about 2 weeks, I will collect the data from my uncle to continue the experiment.
Hi, Uncle Larry. Oh, you're finished keeping track of all the revenues with and without the treatment? Oh, perfect, thank you. Okay, so you emailed me all the data. Perfect. All right, make sure you watch the debate in a couple days. All right, see you later.
So this is the data I collected from my uncle. Next, we must conduct the t-test through Excel and analyze the p-value.
Hi, Megan Kelly here at the 2016 presidential debate. We're here at Rockwell Hall in the famous Duquesne University. The crowd can't contain itself. Now to introduce the 2016 presidential candidates, Senator Bernie Sanders and businessman Donald Trump.
Woo! Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out.
All right, now to get the debate started. Donald Trump, how do you feel about immigration?
We're going to build the wall. It's going to be huge. And who's going to pay for the wall?
Mexico!
That's right, Mexico.
All right, Senator Sanders, same question.
Well, I'll tell you, Megan, this year's presidential election is not about immigration. It's about increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
So, Mr. Trump, someone just tweeted that you have really small feet. Would you like to respond to that?
Listen, I've gone my entire life. No one has ever said I've had small feet. In fact, they're huge. Never had a problem with them.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Senator Sanders, how does it feel to possibly be the oldest president in American history?
You know what, Megan? I don't really like that question. Because you know what we should be talking about? We should be talking about how corporate corruption is still a factor and messing up the lives of millions of Americans.
Next question.
Age is a factor. And you know what? You have not aged well.
Okay, gentlemen, now to test your knowledge of business and statistics. Hypothetically speaking, if you owned a flea market tent in Rochester, New York, and you put up and took down Buffalo Bills memorabilia alternating morning and afternoon, would there be a statistical difference in revenue with or without memorabilia? Senator Sanders?
Well, Megan, it was like I was saying before. Corporate corruption has been destroying flea markets forever. When I was growing up in the 1700s, Houses were $1. They were just $1. Now look at it. You can't even run a freaking flea market without having to worry about putting memorabilia because corporate corruption. Bull.
Okay, businessman Donald Trump?
Listen, I actually had my statistician on this for the past 2 weeks. You know what? He is the best statistician. I know the best statisticians. We have a great relationship. You know what? I even brought him here to answer this question for you. You know what? Bring him up here. Bring him up.
Now time to conduct the t-test.
First step is to select the Data tab. Then under Analysis, select Data Analysis. Now select t-test paired to sample for means. Then click OK. Then you get to this screen where you pick your ranges. Your variable range 1 should be treatment, and your variable range 2 is no treatment. Include labels in your ranges, and be sure that the labels box is checked, then click OK.
Excel runs the t-test for you and puts the values here. We then want to look at the p-value for a two-tailed test since we're looking just for a difference. We're using an alpha level of 0.05, and the p-value, which is circled, is 0.02, which is lower than the alpha level, meaning we reject the null hypothesis. This means that there is a statistical difference with the memorabilia up.
This just in. For the first time in American history, a Brazilian-born person has been elected president. Through just enough write-ins, your new president is Dr. John Barroso.